America's beloved restaurant chains are on the brink of extinction. Skyrocketing costs, plunging sales, and consumers tightening their wallets have pushed even the biggest names to the edge of collapse. Once bustling dining rooms now sit eerily empty, while financial losses pile up faster than a weekend rush. From mismanagement to failed marketing stunts, the cracks in their foundations are impossible to ignore. If you think your favorite food spots are safe, think again, because 2025 could be the year we say goodbye to some of these icons for good. Here's the shocking list of chains fighting tooth and nail to survive another year. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Economy Explorer to stay updated. 15. Red Lobster. Red Lobster is swimming in dangerous waters, and not the kind that make for a seafood feast. The chain that built its empire on buttery biscuits and endless shrimp is now floundering financially. Rising seafood costs, particularly for lobster and shrimp, are slicing into profit margins like a freshly sharpened fillet knife. In March 2024, Jonathan Tibus, known for leading companies through bankruptcy, was appointed CEO, signaling the brand's dire straits. By May 2024, Red Lobster filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, planning to restructure agreements with landlords and creditors to shed some of its debt. The company abruptly closed numerous restaurants across 28 states, including all its Buffalo area locations and most in Orlando. Unless Red Lobster can find a way to drastically reduce its costs and draw customers back in, the chain may end up washed out to sea by 2025. 14. TGI Fridays. TGI Fridays, once synonymous with vibrant happy hours and boisterous celebrations, is rapidly losing its appeal to American diners. The chain is facing declining customer traffic as it struggles to remain relevant in a casual dining sector that has become overcrowded with competitors. In September 2024, the UK operator of TGI Fridays went into administration, putting an estimated 4,500 jobs at risk. By November 2024, TGI Fridays filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the United States, citing rising interest rates, increased competition, and heavy debt as primary drivers. With little room for growth and mounting financial troubles, TGI Fridays could be saying its final thank goodness in 2025. 13. Applebees. The slogan may be "Eatin' good in the neighborhood," but it's clear that fewer people are making a trip to Applebee's neighborhood. The chain has become the poster child for struggling casual dining establishments, with countless locations closing their doors in 2024. High inflation has been particularly cruel to Applebee's, as its target demographic, middle-income families, are cutting back on dining out altogether. According to recent reports, Applebee's closed 46 locations and opened just 10 new ones in 2023. In 2024, the parent company announced plans to close another 25 to 35 locations. Mounting losses and dwindling customer loyalty suggest that Applebee's may soon be a relic of the past. 12. Subway. Subway's long-standing dominance in the sandwich industry is crumbling, and its struggles have only intensified in 2024. While the brand boasts thousands of locations worldwide, this sheer size has become a liability as franchisees contend with razor-thin profit margins and rising overhead costs. Customers are growing increasingly disillusioned with the quality of Subway's offerings, with social media rife, with complaints about inconsistent portion sizes and highly processed ingredients. Despite rebranding efforts and the introduction of delivery services, the chain has closed hundreds of locations in 2024, and experts predict that this downsizing may only accelerate. Without a dramatic overhaul of its business model, Subway could soon find itself a relic of the past. 11. Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, the iconic pizza chain that dominated the 1990s with its dine-in restaurants and buffet-style offerings, is now in a battle for survival. The chain has been losing ground for years to faster, more modern competitors like Domino's and Papa John's, which have outpaced Pizza Hut in both delivery efficiency and digital innovation. As consumers shift toward delivery and faster options, the chain's sit-down model has become less viable. While delivery and carry-out will continue in most areas, the days of enjoying a family meal under the red roof are quickly fading. 10. IHOP. IHOP, the International House of Pancakes, has been a staple for breakfast lovers for decades, but the chain's future is anything but sunny side up. Sales have been steadily declining as consumers increasingly opt for cheaper, on-the-go breakfast options from competitors like McDonald's or Starbucks. Rising costs of key ingredients such as eggs, milk, and flour are squeezing IHOP's margins, forcing menu prices to rise beyond what many budget-conscious families are willing to pay. In 2024, a substantial number of franchisees reported financial losses, with several opting to close their doors rather than invest in costly renovations mandated by the corporate office. With dozens of underperforming locations shuttered in 2024 and more closures expected in 2025, IHOP may soon become a relic of a bygone era in casual dining. 9. Dennys. Dennys, known for its 24-hour service and diner classics, is facing significant challenges. The chain closed about 50 locations in 2024 and plans to shutter an additional 100 restaurants by the end of 2025. The restaurants marked for closure are in the lower third of the chain's performers, with annual unit volumes of 1.9 million to 2 million. Once those restaurants shutter, Dennys expects that both its same-store sales and annual unit volumes will improve. However, with the rise of fast casual competitors and changing consumer preferences, Dennys may struggle to maintain its remaining locations. 8. Friendly's. Friendly's, beloved for its ice cream sundaes and family-style dining, is struggling to maintain its foothold in the restaurant industry. The brand, which once thrived on its nostalgic charm, has seen a steady decline in foot traffic and revenue over the years. As consumer preferences shift towards faster, more convenient dining options, Friendly's reliance on a traditional sit-down model has become a liability. Rising operational costs and fierce competition from fast casual and delivery-focused businesses have further eroded its customer base. Despite attempts to modernize with revamped menus and promotional campaigns, the chain has been forced to shutter 20% of its remaining locations in 2024 alone. Without a significant rebranding effort, Friendly's may soon find itself relegated to fond memories of simpler times. 7. Rupee Tuesday. Rupee Tuesday, once a staple of the casual dining sector, is finding it increasingly difficult to stay relevant. Over the past decade, the chain has closed more than 600 locations, leaving just over 200 restaurants operational by late 2024. The pandemic accelerated its troubles, and rising inflation has only worsened the situation, making dining out a luxury that many middle-class families can no longer justify. Efforts to rejuvenate the brand, such as menu revamps and the introduction of meal kits for at-home dining, have failed to resonate with a younger audience, while its traditional customer base continues to dwindle. Rupee Tuesday's shrinking footprint and financial instability suggest that the chain may not survive beyond 2025 without drastic changes to its approach. 6. Outback Steakhouse. Outback Steakhouse, a name synonymous with hearty meals and the iconic bloomin' onion, is now facing a tough road ahead. The chain has been hit hard by rising beef prices, which have climbed by more than 30% over the past 2 years, forcing significant increases in menu prices. While these measures aim to preserve margins, they risk alienating budget-conscious customers. Efforts to attract younger diners through digital initiatives and a focus on takeout and delivery have largely fallen flat, leaving Outback struggling to shed its image as outdated. Franchise operators have expressed frustration, claiming corporate leadership is out of touch with the challenges of operating in today's economic climate. With more closures expected in 2025, Outback's survival will depend on its ability to reinvent itself and remain relevant in an ever-changing dining landscape. 5. Boston Market. Boston Market, once a popular choice for rotisserie chicken and comfort food, is grappling with a steep decline in its fortunes. Known for its convenient family-style meals, the brand has struggled to adapt to an era dominated by meal delivery services and grocery store hot bars. Legal troubles, including allegations of wage theft and unsafe working conditions, have further tarnished its reputation, driving away both customers and employees. In 2024, the chain shuttered more than 15% of its locations as sales plummeted, and franchisees found it increasingly difficult to remain operational. Boston Market's inability to innovate and compete in a crowded market makes its future highly uncertain as 2025 approaches. 4. Checkers and Rallyz. Checkers and Rallyz, known for their seasoned fries and drive-thru-centric model, are facing significant operational and financial challenges. Initially positioned to thrive in a post-pandemic world, their reliance on drive-thru and fast food failed to counteract mounting pressures from supply chain disruptions. Ingredient shortages and rising costs have led to frustrated customers and declining satisfaction. Meanwhile, competition from larger fast food giants like McDonald's and Wendy's has left Checkers and Rallyz struggling to maintain their market share. Despite attempts to modernize operations with AI-powered drive-thru systems, the chain has been unable to reverse its fortunes, closing over 10% of its locations in 2024. Without a bold turnaround strategy, 2025 may mark the end of this once promising fast food contender. 3. Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese, a cornerstone of childhood nostalgia for millions, is facing a crisis that threatens its survival. Known for its arcade games, pizza parties, and the iconic mouse mascot, the brand has struggled to remain relevant in a digital-first world. With kids increasingly gravitating toward video games and streaming entertainment at home, Chuck E. Cheese's core appeal has diminished significantly. The pandemic only worsened the situation, leading to a steep decline in foot traffic and forcing the chain to file for bankruptcy in 2020. Despite efforts to adapt, such as offering delivery services and frozen pizza products in grocery stores, the chain's financial woes have deepened, with debt ballooning to nearly $2 billion in 2024. Reports of outdated equipment, poor sanitation, and declining food quality have further eroded customer trust. As competitors focus on healthier, trendier, and more innovative dining options, Chuck E. Cheese is left clinging to a shrinking fan base. Without a bold reinvention, 2025 may be the year the beloved mascot hangs up his oversized shoes for good. 2. Hard Rock Cafe. Once a global phenomenon, Hard Rock Cafe is now struggling to remain relevant in an oversaturated market. Known for its rock and roll memorabilia and themed dining experience, the chain has failed to resonate with younger generations who are less willing to pay a premium for what many see as subpar food in an outdated setting. The pandemic dealt a severe blow to Hard Rock as its reliance on international tourists left its locations desolate during lockdowns. Even as travel resumed, the chain's recovery lagged behind competitors, with skyrocketing operational costs for prime real estate locations in cities like New York, Las Vegas, and London. In 2024, financial struggles led to widespread closures, with several franchisees teetering on the brink of bankruptcy. Efforts to adapt by incorporating local cuisines and hosting live-streamed concerts have been met with lukewarm reception. Analysts warn that without a major overhaul, 2025 could mark the end of this cultural icon. 1. Fuddruckers. Once celebrated for its world's greatest hamburgers, Fuddruckers has been struggling to keep its flame alive in an era dominated by fast casual burger chains like Five Guys and Shake Shack. Known for its build-your-own-burger concept, the chain's appeal has waned as customers increasingly gravitate toward newer, trendier dining experiences. Fuddruckers' limited marketing presence and outdated restaurant designs have done little to attract younger generations, leaving its aging loyalists as the primary customer base. In 2024, several franchisees closed their doors due to rising operational costs and declining foot traffic. As competitors innovate with menu offerings and seamless digital ordering, Fuddruckers' lack of adaptation to modern dining preferences may make 2025 its final chapter. The shifting tides of the restaurant industry. The decline of these beloved restaurant chains tells a broader story about how rapidly changing economic and cultural landscapes can reshape entire industries. Think back to the first time you walked into one of these iconic establishments. The warm aroma of freshly baked bread, the cheerful bustle of staff, and the unmistakable charm of a brand that felt like a part of your life. Now, imagine walking past an empty storefront where that restaurant once stood, a tangible reminder of how times have changed. It's a sobering reality, but one that highlights the resilience required to survive in an increasingly competitive and unforgiving market. At the heart of this shift lies the power of consumer choice. Economic pressures like inflation, rising operational costs, and shifting spending habits have made survival a game of adaptation and innovation. Chains that once thrived on tradition and nostalgia now find themselves fighting to keep up with demands for convenience, healthier options, and technological integration. What was once a winning recipe, a signature dish, a familiar dining experience, can now feel outdated in a world that prioritizes speed and personalization. But this isn't just a story of loss, it's also one of reinvention. For every chain that struggles, there are lessons to be learned about resilience and adaptation. The restaurant industry is a reflection of broader economic and cultural trends, a mirror of how we live, work, and connect. It challenges us to think about what we value most when we choose where to eat: familiarity, quality, or innovation. So, as we bid farewell to some of these iconic names, let's remember the moments they brought us and look forward to the new dining experiences that will take their place. If you enjoyed this journey through the challenges and transformations of the restaurant industry, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Economy Explorer. Check out one of the suggested videos on the screen to keep exploring the fascinating world of business and economics. Thank you for being a part of our channel, and we'll see you in the next video.